to sack their MD, who was in cahoots, who facilitated the takeover. But they are helpless because political heavyweights have hijacked the assets. Look, if you take SNIT on, per their own logic, they are claiming that these hotels are making losses and that they want to divest themselves of loss-making investments. Even though we know now, based on the financials we have put out by Deloitte, reputable global audit firm Deloitte and Touche, telling us that Labadi Beach Hotel is very profitable. We now know Ridge Royal is profitable. Rock City is making losses. But if you put the deception aside, if you come to consider the fact that as we speak, Rock City, in terms of experience, in terms of expertise, in terms of capacity, is nowhere near. If you read the Deloitte report, it says that Labadi Beach has 40 years of experience, of expertise. So, I mean, why do you want to give away all of this and then hand over controlling shares to an individual when the proceeds from these hotels are taking care of all of us, all Ghanaian workers? Don't forget that we are having this discussion at the time that the ILO has won. And if care is not taken, if SNIT does not stop these bad management practices, by 2036, they will not be able to pay pensions. That is a grim prospect. Very frightening indeed. And instead of SNIT being honest, look, if you look at SNIT's own argument, if really SNIT is interested in divesting itself of loss-making investment, then the first place they should have started is STC. SNIT has 80% shares in STC. And over the last decade, I mean, from 2017 in particular, if you look at the SIGA report, STC has been making losses on the average, a whopping 32 million Ghana cedis in losses. 2021, they made losses of 54 million Ghana cedis. So why are they not interested in STC? You won't hear of anybody going to hijack any portion of STC. No cabinet minister is interested. No top politician is interested in taking over STC because they know that STC is a basket case. It's making huge losses. So even SNIT's own argument.
Honorable. So we are hearing from the Member of Parliament for Norton, Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa, explaining why they are hitting the street tomorrow, exactly why they want to allow President Akufo-Addo to put on hold the sale of SNIT-owned hotels to the minister responsible for food and agriculture. In fact, he says that contrary to what he had found independently, it is completely at variance with the explanation that SNIT has given. SNIT, for example, says that these hotels in question are not making profit. They have not been able to pay dividends to their shareholders. In fact, they've been making losses, for which reason they would want to sell it off to a more viable hotel, which is Rock City Hotel, owned by the minister responsible for agriculture, that's Brian Echampon. Mr. Ablakwa today held a press conference detailing how they are going to protest tomorrow. We are trying as much as possible to raise him back on the line, but he also says that, well, the transaction is actually ongoing, and so if the president has ordered the minister responsible for labor and employment to negotiate with organized labor, who are actually now saying that they are in full support of the demonstration. We are trying very hard to raise the honorable minister back on the line. I'm told he's back on the line. So, honorable, as you were saying, you do not believe the explanation put forward by SNIT, for which reason you are still going ahead with the demonstration. But today, when you held the press conference, you said that the transaction is ongoing. What have you independently gathered in terms of the transaction? Are they close to signing the deal?
Yes, so the latest documents we have intercepted reveal that they are going through the final stages, despite all the public agitation, despite Labour warning that they should back off, despite the minority caucus in Parliament insisting that this deal is not in the national interest and that the government should desist. We have intercepted documents that they are going through what they are calling final due diligence. And so they have written to the management of the 4 hotels the Honorable Brian Champon is interested in. And again, that is another scandal on its own. You advertise a procurement process which involves 6 hotels, and you allow the purchaser to select 4 of the juiciest, the most lucrative, leaving out 2, Buzia and Trust Lodge. Who do you want to leave that for? So as for the ones that are so, run down, you are leaving that for Ghanaian workers, and you're only interested in the juiciest. It defeats the whole rationale, the whole policy. It tells you that this has never been about Rock City coming to save hotels. It is just about, cashing in on a cash cow. So these latest documents we've intercepted, and the fact that when organized labor met all of these actors, they were defiant, and they rather tried to convince organized labor to come along. So to the extent that the president up to now also refuses to make a public declaration that he has asked his appointees to back off the deal, and is rather, redirecting organized labor. And remember, organized labor originally wanted to meet him. And since the last May Day celebrations, organized labor has been saying that give us the opportunity to meet you. We have serious issues with SNAP. So you can see clearly that the state capture agenda has endorsement from the president. He does not want to stop this deal, and that is why we are going to mount pressure. At 7 a.m. tomorrow, we call on the good people of Ghana to join us. We are converging in front of the Labadi Beach Hotel, and we want the whole world to come and see if really this is a hotel that has been run down, a hotel which is ramshackle, as they are claiming, and for which they need a savior in the person of Honorable Brian Champon. And you see the irony. Why do public officials do this? If really Honorable Brian Champon has the expertise, the capacity to turn hotels around, he is sitting in cabinet. Why doesn't he bring that to bear so that we can turn these hotels around, if indeed they need turning around, for it to benefit all of us? Why is it that he will only bring his expertise to bear when he has bought it, when he now has controlling shares, 60%, and it is he stands to benefit directly as the sole shareholder of Rock City? I mean, how can you explain this? So what is he doing in cabinet? Why are we paying him to bring his expertise and the capacity that they say he has that nobody else has at these 6 hotels? It's more shocking. So it's clear that this is all about state capture, and that is why all of us must rise up. If the numbers are massive and they are huge, which I know they will, because I'm speaking to you from the great Ododo constituency, where the thousands here who are charged, who are promising to show up tomorrow morning, and I have no doubt that we are going to have a massive turnout, and we'll send a very clear message to the president that enough of the state capture.
I see. So you are envisaging a massive demonstration telling the president that enough is enough. But after tomorrow's protest, what next in terms of your push to have the president put this particular deal on hold?
So we have a number of things lined up. Remember that we are working on a private members bill, and we are going to demand, it's one of the demands we are making, that the president must commit to assenting to it when he receives it, when it is sent to his desk. We want to ban politicians and all politically exposed persons from purchasing state assets. This must stop. Look, it's the height of conflict of interest. I agree with Professor Yanka. It's immoral. It's unethical. This should not be allowed. This doesn't happen in any other country. You sit in cabinet, you are within government, you claim that something must be sold, then you turn around and buy it. And even the whole, contradiction. You say the thing is not good for all of us, as citizens, but it is good for you. As for you, you can buy it. You like it. You see some good in it. How come all of us cannot be allowed to see the good in that asset? So it has to stop. So that will be one of the things we'll be working on, the private members bill. Then we will also be cooperating with the Shraj investigations. Shraj has written to us, and we are cooperating. We intend to submit more documents to Shraj, which initially we didn't have, but we have now intercepted. For example, if you look at the valuation, Rock City has offered far lower than the valuation. They have offered 61 million. If you look at the fair market, best price, best valuation, it should have been around $121 million. So we are being shortchanged by about half. So there is even no value for money in this transaction. So we will be cooperating with Shraj and putting pressure so that Shraj will expedite action on the conflict of interest complaint that we have filed. And then we also will continue with the agitation. We are receiving calls from the people and the chiefs of the central region, where we have Elmina, where we have Ridge Royal. They also want us to stage another demonstration there. So we are considering that as well. So there are a number of options ahead of us, which we'll be exploring if the president does not immediately respond and announce that they are backing out of this unconscionable, unpatriotic, plutocratic scheme.
Very well, thank you very much. That's Member of Parliament for Norton Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, and lead a campaigner of the Hands Off Our Hotels demonstration, which is happening tomorrow in protest of the sale of state-owned hotels to the Minister for Food and Agriculture, Brian Echampo. We are staying with this particular story because the Minority Caucus in Parliament has actually issued a statement in support of the demonstration, and I want to read the statement to you. Minority in Parliament fully supports Hands Off Our Hotels demonstration. The Minority in Parliament fully supports the upcoming Hands Off Our Hotels demonstration scheduled for Tuesday, June 18, 2024 in Accra. The demonstration has been called to protest against President Akufo-Addo and Bawumia's government shady sale of state-owned hotels to the Minister of Agriculture, Brian Echampo. The Sweetheart deal, which transfers iconic and profitable state-owned hotels to a cabinet minister, further confirms the wanton anachronism, official corruption and state capture, which have become the hallmark of the NPP government. This adds to the long list of questionable arrangements which make Ghanaians wonder whether members of the Akufo-Addo-Bawumia government are committed to improving the lot of the people or only see political power as an avenue to enrich themselves by grabbing state-owned businesses and strategic state assets for themselves. We therefore want to use this opportunity to indicate the minority's strong opposition to the sale of these hotels to the Minister of Food and Agriculture, Honorable Brian Echampo, and urge the public to join Tuesday's Hands Off Our Hotels demonstration to send a strong signal to the government that the people of Ghana take exception to this shady deal. Enough is enough. The attempt to sell off profitable state-owned hotels to Honorable Brian Echampo is wrong, unacceptable, and must not be condoned. This statement is from the Minority in Parliament and is signed by the Minority Chief Whip in Parliament, Kwame Abuja. This is still Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. My name is Neat Latte here with Eno Safo. Return with more stories.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
In a world where only the best survives, you need a fuel that can match your drive. A fuel with unparalleled protection for your engine, superior efficiency, and unrivaled performance. A fuel so unbeatable, when you get behind the wheel, you'll focus on what really matters. The journey ahead. That fuel is Shell V-Power, because no other fuel gives your engine better protection, better efficiency, and better performance. Be unbeatable. Drive unbeatable. Shell V-Power. Shell, go well.
One of the best decisions you can possibly make at the start of your day is to tune in to the Citi Breakfast Show. Insightful, intriguing, intelligent, and informative. The Citi Breakfast Show offers an attractive alternative to the noisy mishmash of morning radio. Tune in to the Citi Breakfast Show for passionate discussions on issues that matter, and enjoy interviews where duty bearers and decision makers have their feet held to the fire. The Citi Breakfast Show airs from 6:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. every Monday to Friday, only on 97.3 Citi FM.
I am Ohinere Gifty Auntie. You see, it always feels good when you receive that salary alert. I made a bold decision to invest a lump sum into the Old Mutual Retirement Salary Plan. And this means that I will get these alerts every month throughout retirement for the rest of my life. You too can retire on your own terms. So invest a lump sum in the Old Mutual Retirement Salary Plan today and enjoy guaranteed monthly income for life. Call Old Mutual on 050-453-4333 or visit oldmutual.com.gh to sign up today. Old Mutual, do great things every day.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
You're welcome back. Let's do some more stories. The General Agricultural Workers Union says Ghana will record a significant drop in revenue generated from cocoa by the end of 2024 if measures are not instituted to address challenges in the cocoa sector. This concern comes after a Bank of Ghana report indicated that Ghana lost $500 million in the first quarter of 2024 due to illegal mining activities, soil and shoot disease, smuggling of cocoa, and unfavorable weather conditions. Speaking to Citi News, General Secretary of GAU, Edward Karawe, while expressing worry over the situation, called for the institution of measures to curb a further decline in cocoa revenue.
To hear that cocoa revenue has dropped in such a manner significantly gives us a lot of worry. But it also underscores the fact that if you look at all the factors that has led to the drop in the revenue, which has to do with galamsey, climate change, swollen shoot disease, and then smuggling. Out of these factors, 3 of them are man-made, are within our control, except the climate change. Even to some large extent, the climate change is also attributed by us. So you can see that it's a worrying situation. And if we need to reverse this trend, then of course we have to deal with the 3 factors, that is the galamsey, smuggling, and also deal with the swollen shoot disease. So it's very unfortunate and it's not pleasant information at all. And if for the first quarter of the year we've had such a huge decline in revenues coming from cocoa, then you can now imagine at the end of the year the aggregate revenue loss or decline that we'll be experiencing. It will be so colossal that it will affect almost everything of our economy, which is already in crisis.
Edward Karawe is General Secretary of the General Agricultural Workers Union.
Well, away from that, I want to take you to the Upper West region now, because over the weekend there was a communal clash between some 2 communities, Kendio and Lasie Tolu. And this particular incident led to the death of 3 persons and the injuries to several other persons. The confrontation between the inhabitants of these communities triggered a dispute, and then it led to an intensified police and military presence in these areas. I want to take you live to that community because you have been joined on the phone line by the Member of Parliament for the area. That's Member of Parliament for Wa West, Peter Tobu. Honorable, good evening to you. Thank you for joining us on Eyewitness News. Are you in the constituency, in the communities as we speak?
Yes, I'm in the constituency as we speak. But let me say good evening to you, Nee, and your cherished listeners.
Right. So since you are in the constituency and you have been able to follow these developments, what have you gathered between the weekend and now that as we speak? What more do you know about this communal conflict?
Thank you very much. The communal conflict that erupted between the towns of Lasie Tolu and Kendio resulted in the loss of 3 lives, with many others injured, one actually in critical condition and currently under medical attention. And it was so rapid, the response of the police and the security agencies, that within a space of 30 to 45 minutes, the police were really at the scene to prevent the escalation of the conflict. Unfortunately, they got there at the time that these 3 people were already down. So what we are doing now is to de-escalate the conflict by ensuring heavy presence of security officers creating a buffer between these two towns. And we have also behind the scene spoken to a lot of elders and opinion leaders, stakeholders, people who matter, to try as much as possible to let cool heads prevail. Because we don't need to fight over land. There is a process to justify who owns land and what not. We live in Ghana. You no longer can use brute force to get what you want. If you think that is a challenge, you go to the law courts. It was quite unfortunate. But at least the response of the state was timely. And some of us behind the scenes done a lot of work. And the chiefs are responding positively. The elders within the two communities are responding positively. And the situation is demonstrating that peace is returning.
Peace is returning, you say, but you also admit that you've done a lot of work. Specifically, what have you been doing?
Well, thank you very much. You know, when it happens like this, there is a lot of anger in the system. There's a lot of suspicion in the system. There's a lot of mistrust. So what we've done is to just activate a community engagement process to talk to people, let them appreciate the fact that this is not a conflict between two tribes. This is not a conflict between the Wala tribe and tribe. It's a conflict between two communities, the Lase Tulu community and the Kendo community. And in fact, it's actually a conflict that has to do with land ownership. So let people not stretch it wide to think that if my uncle is in Lase and there is a conflict, then the whole of Lase is attacked, and for that matter, wherever I am, I should go and help my uncle. Or if you are from Kendo and wherever you are living, let me go home and support the Kendo people. No. Try to find out what is actually anchoring the conflict. What anchors the conflict will guide you to appreciate the fact that it is something we can judge and solve. So we've spoken to a lot of people within the communities, we've spoken to a lot of elders, and we're bringing people from outside that has due influence to change minds and affect us positively. And I think that gradually people are listening. I remember yesterday when I was in Kendo, I was right there when somebody called me and said, Honorable MP, where are you? I said, yes, I'm in the constituency. He said, do you know what is happening? I said, no. Right now, as I'm speaking to you, the people of Kao, a next door community to Kendo, had descended and they were attacking the people of Kendo and they were shooting guns. And I said, please, this misinformation will destroy us. As you speak to me, I am right now standing in Kendo where you are alleging they are being attacked. There is nobody attacking anybody here. And I'm telling you, whoever told you, call the person back and tell him that it was a pure lie. And before I got to Wichao, this information had gotten to Wichao, and the Wichao young men were reacting very seriously, saying that they were going to help the Kendo people. Because if other communities will come and join to attack Kendo, then the whole place will be in flames. I told them I'm just coming from Kendo in the last 10 minutes. That information was false. So misinformation is one of the key things that we are fighting. But I think so far so good. The police have established a command center, and they've told the people, if you suspect anything, call us. If you have any information, let us know. But if you are in fear of anything, we are here to provide with security. That kind of assurance is bringing some seemingly a very peaceful state as we speak.
Honorable, so is this conflict you are talking about a fresh conflict, or it is an old conflict that has just been renewed?
Well, you know, land is as old as we know. Land was there before whoever arrived. So this is a matter that has been ongoing for a very long time without the knowledge of some of us until it erupted. So when we got into the community to get the history, we realized that, in fact, it is a very old thing that probably was not well managed, and it has erupted. Probably this will allow us to dig deeper and have a finality to this whole thing so that peace will return and that peace will be permanent.
It's been about some 48 hours after the incident. You say that the police have moved into the communities. In fact, they've established a command center. But have anyone been arrested so far in terms of the disturbances?
This morning, I went to the regional police headquarters in Wa to pay a visit to those few people who were arrested. And I was told by the police that so far 5 people are in custody. 3 people actually in connection to the violent incident on the day of the 15th of June, 2024, and 2 other people that probably were reacting violently to news that they heard about some other attacks, and they were picked up by the police. And I went and greeted all the 5 of them, and I assured them it is all about justice. They should be calm. And I also spoke to the community people. The fact that we arrested people from your community, it's not right for you to react negatively. It's not right for you to go violent again. Whatever it is, when the police is doing the work, let's allow the police to be very effective. I am not going to interfere with what the police is about to do. I'm not going to interfere with the fact that the police are arresting people. And as we speak, if you misbehave within that area and the police think that they need to pick you to bring sanity, they will say arrest you. So everybody is arrestable and everybody is a potential criminal. What you do, stay safe and ensure that at least you become a lawful citizen of this country and you will not have any problem with the police.
So 3 persons have died, multiple injuries, but you mentioned that one of the injured persons is in critical conditions. What about the others? How many are they and how are they responding to treatment?
Well, those who had gone for medical attention were treated and discharged. Some had also gone to their various homes to do their own local treatment. But what I know is the fact that this particular one who is in critical condition is still on admission receiving medical attention. And we believe that up to now there will not gotten anything negative reported from the communities. All those who are injured or wounded in a way are in safe hands.
But have you met with DISEC? Have there been any discussions?
Well, I'm not a member of DISEC, but the district chief executive who currently, I just spoke with him some few minutes ago, is putting together a meeting tomorrow for DISEC to begin to look at what can we do. At least we should have some mediation plans to ensure that these two communities will return to where they used to be. The status quo of peace should be re-established for us to have a very peaceful one as we had it many years back.
So the point generally is that residents should be assured of their safety amidst these tensions.
All right, now we have assured everybody in Lase, Tulu, and its environs, in Kedda and its environs, and we assured people in the district capital, that there is no cause for alarm. The police are on top of issues, the military is giving them full support, and the security situation is under full control. And we've told everybody, don't hear and act without confirmation. Misinformation will destroy us. And people are becoming confident in the security architecture of the area. And I'm quite convinced that yesterday was quite terrible as we looked at the security environment. In fact, we rated red yesterday. And then there was a lot of work in the night. And up to this morning, nothing negative had happened. So I'm sure by now the security situation should be changing to yellow. And very soon we'll go to green.
All right, thank you very much. That's Member of Parliament for our West, Peter Tobu, who is speaking to us about the communal conflict in the Wild West area in the Upper West region. 3 deaths recorded, multiple injuries, others, 1 person in fact in critical condition. DISEC is going to meet tomorrow and the Member of Parliament is assuring of the safety of residents. But we can now hear from the chairperson of the WAD DISEC, that's Vida Diorote, who has been speaking to City News on this particular subject matter.
There is calm for now. Small officers, military, immigration, they're all over patrolling. Station that where the incident happened, the 2 communities. Some of the men are stationed at the last year, some are stationed at Kando. And then the patrols are ongoing. We don't hope there will be any clash again. We're going, and then once we are hoping that there shouldn't be more other clashes.
Has DISEC engaged the leadership of the 2 factions? And have they committed to peace in the community?
Yes, not actually engaged the leadership of the 2 factions. But we want the tension to go down a bit, before we can engage the leaders of the 2 factions. But tomorrow, DISEC is meeting. We are having an emergency meeting.
Vida Diorote is the district chief executive for Wild West in the Upper West region. This is still Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM, live from our studios at number 11, Dr. Martin Loop in Adabraka here in Accra. My name is Ni Lati here tonight with Eno Safu.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Do you have a game-changing and innovative business idea or project that can impact the society? This is your moment. Total Energies presents the 4th edition of the Startupper of the Year Challenge. This year, we are looking for 3 winners. The best entrepreneur, also called the InnovUp winner. The best project or innovative business idea that exemplifies the principle of recycling and minimizing waste, also called the Cycle Up winner. And the best project that promotes or relates to sustainable and affordable energies, also called the Power Up winner. And that's not all. 4 additional projects in the Power Up category will be selected by an international jury. Don't wait any longer. Apply at www.startupper.totalenergies.com for a chance to win financial support, professional mentorship, and a spotlight for your project. Terms and conditions apply.
I asked him to buy me original politics.
Hey, please don't make mistake. Talk to Papa. Open the back mouth. And you politics no girl. You Papa.
Papa, can ruffle.
The politics is original. The first and the best.
What is? Who got also for dear acrobat to use to me?
Politics, yes.
Are you a contractor, builder, or a proud homeowner with an eye for quality and security? Well, look no further than Yale. Yale is the trusted name in security for over 180 years. When it comes to securing your home or business, trust Yale. We make security simple, and we're right here in the heart of Accra, Ghana. Visit our stunning showroom on 11th Lane Street, Inosu, Accra, and discover a world of premium Yale products, including door hardware, handles, and door locks that will elevate the security and style of your space. Whether you're building from scratch or renovating, Yale has the perfect solution for you. Our products are known for their durability, innovation, and most importantly, your peace of mind. Visit us today and experience the Yale difference. Your security, our priority. Yale, locking in your peace of mind.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
You're welcome back. Some members of Kennedy Agyapong's campaign team from the New Patriotic Party primaries have expressed their support for his decision to back Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia for the 2024 polls. Kennedy Agyapong recently participated in the It Is Possible tour in Kumasi, where he rallied support for the NPP flag bearer. Following this, Agyapong urged his supporters to work towards the NPP's victory. Reacting to this, Oliver Amoakon, a spokesperson for the Kennedy Agyapong team, stated that the appeal is a step in the right direction.
Once we are done with the campaign, I disagree if anybody have that assertion that based on the things Kennedy said, we should all not come on board to rally behind Dr. Bawumia. All those things were part of the campaign strategies because you need to sell your message to make you the ideal person in the sight of the electorate, which we did say that for me, Kennedy was the best option for Ghana, looking at the times and season in which we are. But the other people also believe otherwise. Feel that no, Dr. Bawumia at this material moment would do the MPP a lot of good in terms of its candidature. And so he won. And Ken came second. So for me, I believe that whatever we set in campaign, we have done with campaign. And so we are moving on. Now we are trumpeting the positive of Dr. Bawumia to the extent that we will make him appeal to the electorate for 2024. So I do not agree to that assertion that based on the things he said, if he's coming on board, then it means that he's going against his own words. I hear people talk about those things.
Oliver Mwakon is the spokesperson for the Kennedy Agyapong team. The Ghana Airports Company Limited has addressed concerns highlighted in a recent publication about thefts from unaccompanied luggage at Kotoka International Airport. The media report described numerous disgruntled individuals at the KIA Baggage Complaints Office expressing their frustration over missing items from their luggage. The publication urged the company to enforce stringent access controls to prevent unauthorized entry into areas where passenger luggage is kept. In response, GACL management said in a June 16 statement that it had taken note of the concerns raised and is taking the necessary steps to immediately investigate and address them. It also showed that plans are already in place to restrict access to non-travelers and unauthorized personnel in security zones such as baggage areas, adding that anyone found culpable of any act of thievery or extortion will be dealt with in accordance with the law. Educationist Ni Ama Adi has called for robust measures to improve teaching and learning in preschool in the country. This recommendation follows comments from Professor Adum Asamoah, who highlighted the 53% of 10-year-old children in Ghana lack proficiency in literacy and numeracy. In an interview with City News, Ni Ama Adi emphasized the need to strengthen basic education through rigorous monitoring and evaluation in public schools.
We're falling short of basic education. And this has all been political, as we keep saying, that since government shifted focus to free SHS, which is the mathematics, students' mathematics or educational mathematics for voting, the focus on basic school has been watered down. And that is the continuous problems that we are seeing now. So what it calls for now is that we need to strengthen our basic level education. I mean, the textbooks, and even if there's the need to bring the preschool into the proper educational curriculum, that would be very good to have a strong foundation. And you see, usually when you look at these things, as we see now, they are very prevalent in the public schools. Because if you go to the private schools, they are not there like that. Which again brings us to the argument of monitoring and evaluation in public basic education, which I don't think we're doing so well, because we're saying, the assumption is that they are not learning so much, so why put the stress on them on that way? So I'll think that much more should be done in the public education, monitoring and evaluation, and then bringing our preschool into proper school curriculum so that the foundation right from there will be very good.
You heard educationist Ni Ama Adi. The High Court in Kumasi has dismissed a suit filed by Chief Inspector Samuel Kra against the Inspector General of Police and the state concerning his promotion. Chief Inspector Kra argued that despite his 25 to 30 years of service, the police administration had promoted his junior colleagues under special amnesty while denying him the same opportunity. However, the court presided over by Justice Kwesianochi Jima ruled that Chief Inspector Kra is not entitled to automatic promotion based solely on his attainment of higher academic qualifications. The court concluded that the plaintiff failed to prove his claim by the preponderance of probability. Now, the Ghana National Fire Service has attributed the collapse of a building in Tema to failure of contractors to adhere to the specified period for the drying of mixed concrete before resuming construction works. Portions of a residential one-story building under construction collapsed at Tema Community 22 over the weekend, leaving a 33-year-old carpenter dead and 4 others hospitalized. Speaking to City News, head of Public Relations Unit at the Ghana National Fire Service, ACFO1, Timothy Asafofum, says contractors hastily resumed construction without properly allowing the concrete to dry.
The carpenter was removing the wooden structure from the beam, from the pillar, and that was when the beam gave way, falling and trapping the carpenter. And so we moved in quickly to remove him from the place that he was trapped. Unfortunately, he died, and so he was a 33-year-old man who had gone there in the morning to get something for himself and his family. From our assessment, it's like they didn't allow the concrete to dry properly, and therefore it did not gain enough strength to withstand the weight of the beam, and that resulted in the falling of the beam. And so my advice to the public, especially those in construction, is that there is a specified period that if you cast concrete, you should allow it to dry. And if that time is not due, please do not go in so that we can forestall some of these incidents.
ACFO1 Timothy Osafo-Afum is the head of the Public Affairs Unit at the Ghana National Fire Service.
This is 97.3 Citi FM. This is also Eyewitness News live from our studios at number 11, Dr. Martin Loop in Adabraka here in Accra. My name is Ni Latte. This evening, I'm here with Eno Safo. We are bringing you the very latest in the world of business, and then on Point Blank, we take you to Mankraso in the Ashanti region, where an abandoned AstroTurf project is generating political tension between the governing NPP and the opposition NDC, who are trading accusations of irresponsibility. Stay with us here on Eyewitness News.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Are you a JHS student in Ghana? Are you a wordsmith with a passion for development? Do you have a way with words that captivates and inspires? If so, then join the Literacy Challenge 2024 now. The nationwide search for the most outstanding junior high school student in Ghana is on. Do you think that it could be you who goes home with 10,000 Ghana cedis and a glitzy trophy? Then, in not less than 600 words, write about the role of the youth in shaping the future of Ghana. What changes would you like to see? And how can young people contribute to making them happen? Script must be in your own handwriting. Script must be endorsed by a parent or guardian. Add your full contact details. Deadline, Saturday the 13th of July, 2024. Submit entries to the front desk of Channel 1 TV or Citi FM, or send it to P.O. Box GP 14123 Accra Central. For inquiries, call 0205 973 973. The Literacy Challenge 2024 is powered by Channel 1 TV, supported by Citi FM, and is sponsored by Ghana National Gas Company, Alive Soap, Fortune Spread, Ribby Biscuits by M4 Foods, and Prospectus Ghana Limited.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
Get the details. Every significant financial transaction, every market movement, and all the policies that affect your business. Citi Business News. Be informed.
Time now for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. My name is Inosaf. Let's settle for the details. Government recorded a marginal undersubscription in Treasury bills at last week's auction. It secured 4.8 billion Ghana cedis as against a target of 4.9 billion Ghana cedis. There's more in the following news desk report.
Most of the bills came from the 91-day bill, where all 3.8 billion cedis which were tendered were accepted. For the 182-day bill, 924 million cedis were tendered, and the uptake was the same. The 364-day bill recorded bids worth 142 million cedis. All the bids were accepted. The interest rate for the 91-day bill dropped from 25.03 to 24.87%, while that of 182-day bill dropped marginally from 26.93% to 26.83%. The 364-day bill also dropped slightly to 27.82% from 27.92%.
That was a news desk report. Now, Group Indum Limited has indicated that the documents in circulation purporting to be from the Bank of Ghana regarding the receivership of GN Savings Limited are false. In a statement, GN Bank clarified that neither shareholders nor management of GN Savings have received any official communication from the BOG regarding receivership. Here excerpts of that statement.
If these statements are indeed genuine, the statements within regarding GN savings are wildly inaccurate. Given the detailed information provided to the BOG nearly a year ago, these statements are inconsistent with our discussions with both the BOG and the Ministry of Finance. We are aware that the Ministry of Finance has previously confirmed that balances due to GN savings and other related parties are far in excess of the amount quoted in the communication from the BOG. Our position is that GN savings is not only solvent but will be highly liquid if the Ministry of Finance simply ordered itself and other government agencies to quickly pay amount owed to GN savings and other related entities. We expect this matter to be resolved in due course. GN savings and all other concerned stakeholders will respond with more detail shortly. But in the meantime, we pray that all our customers and stakeholders remain calm while we work through this matter with the relevant stakeholders.
In other stories, the Ghana cedi has been identified as the fourth worst performing currency among the top 150 currencies tracked globally by Bloomberg. This ranking follows similar declines in the Egyptian pound, Nigerian naira, and the Lebanese pound. Despite these challenges, the government maintains optimistic regarding the medium-term outlook. There's more in the following report.
Since the beginning of the year, the local currency has depreciated by 20% against the US dollar. Despite this, there has been a marginal stability in its week-on-week performance. On the retail market, it closed last week at 14 cedis 70 pesos, slightly down from 14 cedis 93 pesos at the week's start. The decline in the cedi's value is primarily attributed to increased demand for the US dollar, driven by imports such as pharmaceutical and petroleum products. However, the government expects a boost in foreign exchange inflows following a recent agreement with bilateral creditors. Finance Minister Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam has expressed confidence in ongoing efforts to stabilize the cedi.
The Bank of Ghana is implementing a number of measures towards strengthening the cedi and thereby bringing about stabilization of the currency. And you know by now that these policies and measures are bearing fruits. We've seen relative stability over the last 1 week or so, and it's an indication that the measures are good measures. We will continue to introduce more policies that will help restore the stability to our currency.
Finance Minister Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam ending that report. The Ministry of State at the Finance Ministry, Abena Osei-Asari, is making a strong case for African leaders to enhance their economic policies to achieve economic independence within the sub-region. She emphasized the potential of Africa's youthful population and abundant natural resources to drive growth and development. Speaking during a panel discussion at the recently concluded annual general meeting of the African Export-Import Bank in Nassau, Bahamas, Abena Osei-Asari underscored the importance of further exploring the continent's untapped potentials.
As Africans, we have lots of tools. We have our trade policies, like the AFCFTA. What are we doing with it? How can we implement it to make sure we get the benefits that we have? As Africans, we have 60% of the arable land in the world. What are we doing with what we have to make sure we produce food for the whole world, and then we start exporting food from Africa? As Africans, we have the youthful population on our side. What are we doing to make sure we harness the youthful population to make sure they work for us, to bring us together and also to transform our economy? You know, as Africans, we have the natural resources. How are we harnessing on these natural resources to bring in more revenue for us?
You heard the Minister of State at the Finance Ministry, Abena Osei-Asari. Renowned creative artist Dr. Bernard Akoy-Jackson is advocating for the integration of the arts into Ghana's socio-economic development strategies. For him, a deliberate investment and support for the creative industry could help the country navigate its current challenges and achieve global recognition. Speaking on the first on-air series of the third week of the City Business Festival on the topic, the creative arts business, Dr. Akoi Jackson stressed that local music, film, fashion, and other artistic expressions, if harnessed properly, can significantly be a transformative step towards achieving a diversified and resilient economy capable of withstanding global economic shocks.
Art is there to draw society's attentions to things that make us who we are.
Mm-hmm.
So artists are almost like mirrors.
Mm-hmm.
We are reflecting back to the society what we think the society is. And sometimes, even though a lot of people expect art to be beautiful and cute, the artist is really seeing beneath that beauty, within or beneath that surface of beauty, are the cracks of society, are the troubling things of society. So these are the things that artists will mirror to us. That is why sometimes the art that we produce is not as beautiful or palatable.
And can be controversial.
Yeah,
That was creative artist and lecturer at the Department of Fine Arts and Curatorial Studies at KNUST, Dr. Bernard Akoi Jackson. The City Business Festival 2024 is powered by 97.3 Citi FM and Channel 1 TV in partnership with Absa Bank and is sponsored by MTN Business, Gersel, AMG Fertilizers, Insana Limited and Agri Impact Limited. That's all for City Business News on Eyewitness News. My name is Enusafo. Up next is Point Blank.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
Do you have a game-changing and innovative business idea or project that can impact the society? This is your moment. Total Energies presents the 4th edition of the Startupper of the Year Challenge. This year, we are looking for 3 winners. The best entrepreneur, also called the InnovUp winner. The best project or innovative business idea that exemplifies the principle of recycling and minimizing waste, also called the Cycle Up winner. And the best project that promotes or relates to sustainable and affordable energies, also called the Power Up winner. And that's not all. 4 additional projects in the Power Up category will be selected by an international jury. Don't wait any longer. Apply at www.startupper.totalenergies.com for a chance to win financial support, professional mentorship, and a spotlight for your project. Terms and conditions apply.
Are you feeling tired after a hard day's work? Have you lost your appetite even for your favorite dish? Viral Blood Tonic is a nutritionally balanced, pleasant-tasting tonic fortified with iron and vitamins to boost your appetite and energy levels for high performance. Viral Blood Tonic, easy to take and good for the whole family. Viral from Danex Iting Starwin PLC. If symptoms persist after 48 hours, consult a physician. This advert is FDA approved.
At 97.3 Citi FM and Channel 1 TV, we mean business. Are you an SME owner or an aspiring entrepreneur? If so, then pay attention. Throughout the month, get ready for a month-long series of outdoor and on-air business education on the City Business Festival 2024. Much more than in week 2, focus will be on agribusiness conversations within the context of entrepreneurship. Now in week 3, creative entrepreneurship, dissecting Ghana's creative economy, its character, and its untapped potential. And in week general business management for SMEs, examining the Ghanaian terrain and providing the right anecdotes for business success. Join us on 97.3 Citi FM as we bring you the on-air series with interesting topics every Monday to Thursday at 9 a.m. on the City Breakfast Show. Catch our insightful City Business Festival roundtables on Channel 1 TV with experienced thought leaders every Tuesday from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. And don't miss the City Business Festival Forum on tech, agribusiness, and creative entrepreneurship. Stay tuned and let's talk about everything business on the City Business Festival happening this June only on 97.3 Citi FM and Channel 1 TV. For more information on the City Business Festival, call 0205-973-973. The City Business Festival 2024 is powered by 97.3 Citi FM and Channel 1 TV in partnership with Absa Bank and is sponsored by MTN Business, Gersal, AMG Fertilizers, Insano Limited, and Agri Impact Limited.
Are you a JHS student? Are you a wordsmith with a passion for development? Do you have a way with words that captivates and inspires? If so, then join the Literacy Challenge 2024 now. The nationwide search for the most outstanding junior high school students in Ghana is on. Do you think that it could be you who goes home with 10,000 Ghana cedis and a glitzy trophy? Then, in not less than 600 words, write about the role of the youth in shaping the future of Ghana. What changes would you like to see? And how can young people contribute to making them happen? Script must be in your own handwriting. Script must be endorsed by a parent or guardian. Add your full contact details. Deadline, Saturday the 13th of July, 2024. Submit entries to the front desk of Channel 1 TV or Citi FM. Or send it to P.O. Box GP 14123 Accra Central. For inquiries, call 0205-973-973. The Literacy Challenge 2024 is powered by Channel 1 TV, supported by Citi FM, and is sponsored by Ghana National Gas Company, Alive Soap, Fortune Spread, Ribby Biscuits by M4 Foods, and Prospectus Ghana Limited.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
News on 97.3 Citi FM. My name is Latte Latte. Time now for Point Blank. And to Point Blank, to the Ahafo Ano Southwest constituency of the Ashanti region, specifically Mankraso, where there's some political blame game over there, an abandoned AstroTurf project. New Patriotic Party, that's the NPP, Teaching National Democratic Congress, NDC, using each other abandoned projects. What you are being told is that multi-purpose pitch is the only community pitch serving as a grounds for funerals and other social activities, including major sporting events in the community. The project is said to have started before the 2024 NPP parliamentary primaries, but has since come to a halt after the grading of the surface of the football pitch. We'll be hearing from some stakeholders, political stakeholders I mean, in the constituency, to really appreciate what the situation is. First bring in Dumon Solomon, who is the secretary of the Opposition National Democratic Congress in the Ahafo Ano Southwest constituency of the Ashanti region. Dumont Solomon, good evening. Thank you for joining us on Eyewitness News. Really, what is the bone of contention with regards to this abandoned AstroTurf, you say?
Yeah, good evening. Yes, to set record straight, the concerned youth of Afano, led by the Assembly member for electoral area, Betom electoral area in the Afano Southwest constituency, with the aggrieved youth whose only pitch for both sports, funerals, and all other co-curricular activities is being organized on, was being placed in the form of AstroTurf, a purported AstroTurf to be constructed, which was a mirage. Why? Because the NPP parliamentary candidates were going for their primaries, and one, Professor Chumasi, who was chairman for Ghana Sports Authority, according to information, gave it for contract, if I should say it. And so, in a week, 2 weeks to the elections, they started destroying the fort. In fact, the youth of Afano Southwest, and for that matter, the Tom Mankanso community, does not take it light. But when they approached the contractor, they were told they were preparing AstroTurf, and it will not take them more than 1 month to complete it. When they graded the place, a day after election, the NPP gurus came to pick the grader, which was on site. A reason best known to them. And so from the day the NPP had their primaries, last until today, I can speak on authority. There had not been any sign of construction, either leveling the place or making it befitting for even walking. And so the concerned youth in the constituency who realized, for that matter, Mankansu community, whose source of entertainment had blocked, decided to engage media and turn it into food planting for food and jobs. Since that particular pitch was the only place they could entertain themselves. That was the funeral grounds. That was Independence Day. That was where we all hold grounds. Farmers Day, that was the Deba grounds. I can speak on authority that since they did this thing, this year 6th March, we had it at Mankansu Secondary School, a distance far away from the community center. 2, this year Ramadan, we observed it in a very unidentified location. Why? Because the food was not a place the Muslims could observe the Ramadan prayers. This year, inter-school soccer, they have to have it at Mankansu Senior High, a distance from the community center as well. I just want to mention that a few. However, the youth agitation coincided with, hello?
I'm with you, sir.
Yes, the youth activities coincided with the limited the transfers organized by Electoral Commission. And for that matter, it was associated to the National Democratic Congress youth who want to create confusion. But in fact, records have been set straight that it was the youth of Afano South West, and for that matter, the Tom electoral area, and Mankansu as a community youth, who were very much worried about the actions and inactions of the new patriotic party in the constituency. I have been in the constituency, and I have been in the heart of the district far back 2003. I have been a sports officer. I have been in charge of sports since 2003. In fact, an athletics instructor and then handball instructor, volleyball instructor. I have been there since 2003, and I work in the constituency. I work on that same pitch I'm talking about all these years. And we have no other pitch in Mankansu, and for that matter, the nearby communities apart from this very pitch, which has been destroyed.
I see.
So that is the greatest concern.
Quick fact. So you are saying that this particular pitch in question is the only pitch in the Mankansu community which is used for all social gatherings and events.
Exactly.
And prior to the 2024 NPP parliamentary primaries, the community was made to believe that it was going to be transformed into an AstroTurf, for which grading was done. Now, after the parliamentary primaries, you have not seen any visible work on site, for which reason you are having your own suspicion. For example, you say that the NPP has taken the community for granted. And of course, you are saying that it is the community members, the youth who are aggrieved, who are raising this concern, and not the NDC as a party. So, but for the party, have you tried to, seek some answers from those who said they were going to transform it into an AstroTurf? Or really, what is your suspicion?
We in NDC, we are only quiet because we feel that all too soon, the NPP will come and talk to Mankrasu community. They will go to the Islamic community and they will talk to the Islams. And where they have been enjoying having their Islamic prayers, you have destroyed the place. If you believe in the religion, you will not do that. They will talk to teachers, and for that matter, students. And the students they are going to talk to, these students, they have been denied of their rights for soccer, for all other gatherings. 5th March, they have been denied. They will talk to other Christian communities. And these Christian communities, during Easter festivities, Christians organize their Easter festivities there. Even if the SDA, even if apart from the Methodist Church, all other religious organizations organize their programs, the district retreat and other stuff on the same pitch. And so they will go to the communities to talk to the churches to talk to them. They will talk to all other well-meaning citizens in our follow for that matter, Mankrasu, to be precise. And the message they will carry across, we will see. I became astonished when I heard that the MPP parliamentary candidate was alleging that when the grader was brought to site, NDC youth came to drop petrol, diesel from there. It was so astonishing and so, I don't know what to say. So, to be honest with you, how can a project which is purported to develop the community make both Islamic prayers, Christian prayers, our 5th March, all other social gathering activities together with funerals become proper and powerful?
All right, Mr. Solomon, please hold on briefly for me. It's good you've mentioned the parliamentary candidates for the area that's on the ticket of the NPP is actually on the phone line with us. I would want to go to him for us to get some clarity on the issues that you've raised. Elvis Dapa is the parliamentary candidate, NPP, for the Ahafo North Southwest constituency in the Ashanti region. Mr. Dapa, good evening. Can you hear me?
Good evening, my brother.
All right, thank you for joining us on Eyewitness News. So this is the situation that is unfolding in your constituency where you are the parliamentary candidate on the ticket of the NPP. First off, are you aware of this multi-purpose pitch that we are talking about? And in fact, prior to the parliamentary primaries, we saw your election. What promise did you give the people of Mankrasu in regards to this multi-purpose pitch?
All right, thank you very much once again. I would like to take this opportunity to express a profound gratitude to almost every listener to Citi FM or TV. But I'm a bit upset to have heard from the NDC constituency secretary that the NPP, as a political party, we've destroyed the only town community park. This idea, in the first place, is emphatically not true. Why am I saying this? The largest pitch or park that we have within the constituency is located at Mankrasu Secondary School. Aside that, then we have this as a subordinate or supplementary park. So the idea that we have only one park is neither here nor there. It's emphatically not true. We have two as well. And then again, the contractor came, as I've explained earlier, and to be sincere, in fact, now we live in a political world. For me to sit down for someone to disgrace me or say something in vain or something that is never true, it's something that I can't tolerate it anymore. It was an individual, one Professor Peter Chumesi, who started this or took this initiative. He wanted to give us AstroTurf, of which I'm an eyewitness to. He got to the time he reported to me that, though we are going for a contest, but then this is my challenge to be precise. One, according to the operator, he said whenever he comes to the field to work, these things should have been done during the daytime. But because the place is located within a place surrounded by one school, hospital, court, and then the district assembly, so they decided to push or shift this into evening activities so that they can have their peace of mind. But anytime the operator goes, here is the case, people will then come and throw stones and many things. So they thought it wise. Now they are feeling insecure. Hence, they cannot even do the work anymore. Not knowing, my dear NDC members were doing that. They wanted to frustrate the contractor in such a way that he will leave the place and go. And lo and behold, the contractor left or evacuated. Afterwards, they then came back to do afforestation. You can imagine, for a whole pitch or park, there will be then cultivating lands like buckets, cassava, and other things. Isn't it amazing? We are not blind. Joe, my fellow, he's even a teacher. He has taught me before. The man who just spoke, I listened to him very well, attentively. Mr. Dumont taught me when I was in primary school. But let me tell you, this submission is a mystery. Sorry to say, but we all know things that are good for everyone. Can now be constructing a park and then realizing people want to even take my life. Sabotaging the government. So, one, Mr. Dumont is a witness to me. Even myself could have done this for the community. One, I have spoken with the previous contractor that this time around, I am going to protect him fully so he should come back to field. Now, this is what he's narrating or saying. That he won't come back again because life is one. Even if it is three, he wouldn't have played with one of them. So, at the moment, I have made up my mind. At the moment, I have my dozer. I have all the necessary accoutrements to construct the park or the pit. So let us by 15, like I said earlier to your reporter, I am sending my own machines to the field to clear the place, like what happened yesterday. It was trying to insinuate, creating a problem for the Christian community and the Muslim community. We don't do things like this. We all live in a common community. Why will you then, sabotage, making it as if the Christians, they hate the Muslims? Why? They are priestly or they are parliamentary candidates. I'm very, he's a friend to me.
So, Mr. Dapa, are you saying that the promise of transforming the pitch to an AstroTurf is not a promise by the NPP as a party, but a parliamentary candidate, that's Professor Chumesi? That's what you are saying.
Yeah.
And then there is this commitment to ensure that the project continues successfully. However, there are concerns about threats to the...
Brother, can I ask you one question?
I'm coming.
Okay.
Hold on for me briefly. And that the contractor has not been able to go ahead with the project because of threats that he's facing on site. In fact, we've engaged him...
ordinarily, because of the threat from the NDC.
But the NDC says that these actions that you are alluding to are not coming from them, and so they are wondering why this accusation of sabotage will be coming from.
I have pictures, I have videos, I have evidence.
So there are evidence to it.
Of some of the NDC members throwing stones at the operator.
How did you conclude that these persons who were pelting stones at the contractor are NDC members? How did you get to that conclusion?
Yeah.
Mr. Dapa, are you on the line with me?
I'm on the line.
I'm asking that this evidence that you are making reference to, how do you determine that these persons who are pelting stones at the contractor
are same people
NDC members?
For during the transfer of votes to fight big people up here and there. So they are common people. We are always with them.
Are these not wild allegations you make?
No. I know them.
Mr. Solomon, are you on the line?
Me?
Yes. So this is what...
If you listen to my first submission, I didn't say Elvis Dapa brought a contractor to site.
Yes.
To construct AstroTech.
He has also not said... No, he's not said that...
Please. I'm saying that in my presentation, I didn't say Elvis Dapa. I said Professor Chumasi.
Exactly. And he's saying that he's admitted to it that it is not him who is promising the AstroTech.
I just want to correct.
He's not said that he was the one who brought the contractors to site.
Very
what he's saying...
Number two. Yes, number two. I didn't also say that after the MPP primaries, machines were on site. No, I said that a day after MPP finished the elections, the so-called grader which was on site, they came for it. And so, when MPP is holding their primaries, of which NDC do not have any locus in it, please, when NDC do not have any locus, can you put him to order?
Mr. Dapa, please allow Mr. Solomon to make his point, after which I'll come to you. After which I'll come to you.
Listen to me when I was talking to him. When he was talking, I was listening to him.
Mr. Solomon, please make your point briefly.
Yes, what I am saying is that, one, we didn't say that Papa brought a contractor to site. Two, I'm putting this on record that when MPP were working on their primaries, of which NDC had finished their primaries, didn't have any interest in MPP primaries, the machine was taken off a day after MPP finished their primaries. And so if the MPP parliamentary candidate elect is alluding to the fact that there was an attempt, a purported attempt to stop the contractor from going to site, then it should be Elvis Dapas and his supporters who were struggling to make sure they make the then professor unpopular. Because NDC could not have any interest in the contractor. We didn't know the contractor. We are not government in power. It was professor who was doing his work. We were not in contest. It was Elvis Dapa who was in contest. So if Elvis Dapa is saying that during the primaries era, some people were attacking suppose someone who is a contractor not to do his work diligently, and right after the election, the contractor had to leave the site. Then it was Dapa and his people with his MPP gurus who decided that they would make the contractor ungovernable, the system ungovernable for the contractor to remain aside. He should not associate NDC to this. I am putting it on record. He should not associate us to it. If he was saying that the contractor had worked even after the elections, 3 weeks, 1 month, 2 months, and that NDC guys were attacking him, perhaps I would have, as a well-meaning person, like he's saying, I'm a teacher, and so as a profession, beyond politics, my professional ethics holds me and bounds me to speak and be realistic in my presentation.
All right. Let me quickly go to Mr. Dapa for a quick response.
Allegation he has put across, and I want to put it on record that it is unfortunate. He should not associate some of us to any kind of statement that will not give us credit.
Mr. Solomon, please hang on for me. Let me quickly bring in Elvis Dapa, parliamentary candidate, as we wrap up.
He's not trying to be honest. He's not.
Mr. Dapa, are you still on the line with me?
Hello?
Yeah, so one, just clarify for me quickly. At what point did the contractor move out of the site, which you said was as a result of threats by some members you believe are NDC members?
I had a report from the site operator. This is not from the contractor. When it comes to machinery, I am more inclined in activities like dozer, excavator, and other machinery. So I had a report from the operator that anytime he comes to field, people try to intimidate him, and he doesn't know them. So I intentionally told him to take at least pictures of some of them, those who have been threatening him here and there. And he sent to me some pictures.
So what do you intend to do with these pictures that have been taken? And finally, what is the way forward in terms of making sure that the people of Mankran so get what was promised them?
Honestly speaking, I wanted to identify these people. Where are they even coming from? Before later, I realized they are the so-called metro men following these NDC candidates. You understand? So precisely, I have pictures, like I told you, my other sister who interviewed me the other time. I have pictures of them, I have videos of them, and they are existing. They are within the constituency. When it comes to politics, it's not everything that I can say at least we should pray with.
Okay, that's okay. I think your point has been well made. I want to believe that the next step will be that making sure that work resumes on the site for the people to get what was promised there. But I'm grateful to you, Elvis Dapa, a parliamentary candidate for the NPP in the Ahafo North Southwest constituency in the Ashanti region. Earlier was Dumont Solomon, secretary of the NDC in the same constituency. The bone of contention here is an abandoned AstroTurf project. We want to see what becomes of the situation in the coming days. But that's it by way of Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. My name is Nila Atilati. Earlier, you heard Eno Safu. There's more news when you visit our website, citynewsroom.com. Eyewitness News returns tomorrow at exactly 5:30 p.m. Have a good night.